went to the flea market in Nashville. I'm thinking, what can I do with these windows to make them pop? Because everybody's selling these rusted windows. And I'm thinking, what can I do with these windows to make them pop? Thinking, put a design in here. What can I use it, for a design? And I was thinking, I could probably cut out boards and stuff. And I actually got the idea from walking past a store, and I looked through the window, and I saw a design like in the center of the store, but I saw it through the window. I'm thinking, okay, that's a good idea. So I thought I could use wire, but I'm thinking, nah, wire is just boring and plain. And I thought, I could use barbed wire.
Barbed wire.
Yeah, barbed wire, And so, yeah, exactly. So I went home, and they were going to have a ham festival in Cadiz at the time. And somebody said to me, you need to try one of the idea that you have about the barbed wire art in the old window. So I thought, yeah. So I started working on this window at 10 o'clock in the morning, Thursday. I worked all day. I'm OCD about my work. Whatever I do, it's got to be. I'm not the OCD kind of person where all my socks have to be the same color and all the tins got to be the same height in the cabinet, But whatever I do, it's got to be done, almost to perfect. So I started working on this window from about 10 o'clock in the morning. Worked all day Thursday, all night Thursday night. I had it in the kitchen with me. I had it in the living room, and all night Thursday night, all morning Friday morning, and then about Friday about 3:30 I brought it out to the fair, and I had it there sitting there, and it was a big window, about 4 feet by 2.5 feet.
Okay.
And somebody said to me, "What are you gonna price it at?" I said, "I'm gonna put 150 on there," and they said, "Nobody's gonna buy it for that." And I said, "You know what? You're right. I'm gonna put 250 on there." That's $250.
This is a good story.
And they said, "Well, okay, well, go ahead, do what you want to do," because I love to do what my mind is telling me to do. That's why I get places. And so I wrote this 250 tag and put it on there. And then this lady watched. She said, "I like that window. That's the best idea I've ever seen with these windows. Oh my God, that's really neat, man. That's really neat." She said, I want it. She said, "I'm gonna come back and get it, And then she took about 3 steps off. Then she turned around and she said, "You know what? I'm gonna get it right now because just the same way I like it, somebody might come behind me and like it and get it before me." So she turned back. She wrote that check for $250. I waved it in the air and I said, "I'll be back in a minute." Went home.
You must have felt great. I mean,
Oh
this
my
is your
God.
first sale. I mean, how do you describe it?
Boys, I don't even know. It's like, man, it's the feeling cannot be described. I can't explain. I'm thinking, okay, it's like you're thinking, what just happened here? Like, first you go from something that somebody was telling you that could not be done, and not only that, but just to see that the idea that I had like 3 days ago actually was successful. And I'm thinking, if I just sold the first one, I can't sell the second one. And so, but I asked God, I said, "God, I want you to help me." I said, "I know," because when he gave me that idea, I said, "Barbed wire?" He said, "You asked for something that nobody's doing, and nobody's doing this." And I said, "God, the fact that this comes from you, I know it's got to be good." And I said, "If you're not, I want you to help me with it. If you're not going to help me with it, I don't want to do it." And right here, right now, boys, it's like, I tell him, I said, "God, I don't want my art just to be a cool piece of art hanging on the wall. I don't want people to just walk and say, 'Oh, that's nice,' and keep going. I want something about it to grab them. When somebody buys a piece, there should be a connection between them and that piece. When they take it home,
I find myself spending a little extra time looking at it. I mean, that's just me, but a little extra time. Look at that. Look at that. And that's me. See,
Yeah.
a little extra time. It's something you don't glance at. And really, I guess, that could be applied to a lot of art. It
Yeah.
should capture
Yeah.
attention. It should touch you in some
Yeah.
way. And I see that with your work.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I really, like I said, when I do it, excuse me, a lot of people, they'll say, "Well, how long did it take you to make that piece?" Like, you can make that in a day, and they don't understand that. I will do a name, and I could do the name in half an hour or an hour. I could turn around and do that same name, and it would take me an hour and a half, 2 hours even 2.5 hours, because every piece of wire bends differently. And I cannot just rush a piece just because there's money involved. Like I said, to me, being done and being finished, two different things. When it's being done, it's when I walk away and I don't care about it. I make it, okay, you can have it. It's done. So I give it to you.
Mm-hmm.
When it's finished, it's when I'm satisfied with it. It's when I can look at it and say, yes, I can feel the connection between there to the point like I don't want to let it go. And it's just like you have a pair of shoes and you love that pair of shoes so much. It's hard for you to pick that pair of shoes up and just give it to somebody.
Oh, sure.
I love to give away things that I like and that I love. But that thing that you're connected with, it's hard for you to let it go. And that's with every piece of my art. I don't care if it's a piece of barb that I've worked on. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Sion Wallace is our guest this morning on Cofield Comments. It's about 13 after 8 o'clock. We're going to take a commercial break. We'll be back in just a little bit. Stay where you are.
The providers and staff at Owensboro